Now, I'm not the first person to say this, and I'm definitely not going to be the last person to say this. I think that running a marathon is easily the easiest part of running a marathon. You wake up on race day, you get your gear ready, you head to the start line to go to work for a few hours, and then you're done. You get a medal, you get some food, and then you go home. That's it. That's all you had to do. But how did you really get there? What did you have to go through? What did you have to endure to get to the start line to begin with? You had to go through the challenge that is marathon prep. 16 weeks, 5 to 6 runs a week, 2 to 4 gym workouts, tempo runs, easy runs, track workouts, long runs, stretching, rolling, eating, hydrating, trying to sleep good, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So to me, this is the hardest part of running a marathon. It's the repetitive, mundane work leading up to the race. But that's the beauty of it too. Welcome back. So you may or may not know that I've been training for a marathon for like the past 2 months now. And this past week was kind of like, I guess like the first week of like real 16-week training. And I've got to say, man, like it's kind of been hard. Like it's been beating my ass. I definitely feel very tired, and I feel very fatigued just overall. I think like mentally and like also physically. So I'm just trying to stay ahead of it right now. Really just trying to dial in like going to physio all the time, trying to stretch out a lot more, focusing on accessory work, and kind of just focusing on the way that I feel throughout training as well. And I think that's been kind of like the main takeaway for me in the past 2 months, is just to really just focus on the things that are gonna bring me longevity while I do this, because like I remember it not being easy, but I honestly kind of forgot that it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. So with that being said, I have been using, hold on, the thing that has really kind of taken, I guess like my training and my marathon training to kind of the next level has been this. This right here is the Garmin Forerunner 965. And this is pretty much their overall, I don't even want to say entry level watch, but it's a watch that isn't an Instinct. It's not a Phoenix. It's not something that's going to give you that that ultra edge that I think a lot of those other watches have, but it is a good watch. It lasts me 2 weeks on battery, but the biggest thing that I've been using it for is the marathon planner, or I guess like the marathon coach, the Garmin coach. So for the past 2 months now, I inputted that I wanted to run a marathon on May the 4th, and it put out a program. It gave me a program. So I've been following that religiously the past 2 months now, and I'm going to keep going with that throughout these 16 weeks, because honestly it's kind of been one of those things that has really changed the game for me in terms of actually having a plan and a structure that I guess is tailored to me and is pushing me hard, but it's not pushing me to the point where I feel like, I won't be able to do it. Like I think at the beginning of the whole program, my easy paces, I think they started out at like 9:20, and up until, recently, the base paces have gone down to about an 8:40 minute mile. So it's about a 40-second difference from when I started to now. And it's a pretty big jump in terms of, I guess, like what I've seen from myself before. And it feels good because, much like lifting weights, running is one of those things that to get better, you kind of need to like progressive overload. So for me, it's been cool getting to see, I guess, like the fruits of my labor when I'm running. But yeah, honestly, it's been such a big confidence booster, and even just like a knowledge booster as well, because I'm writing everything down and I'm screenshotting everything, um, in terms of like what the training looks like, what type of workouts it's giving me. So I'll show you guys what I mean in a bit. But basically, the Garmin coach has taken me through, you know, easy runs. It's taken me through sprint runs. It's taken me through tempo runs, VO2 max runs, lactate threshold run, lactate threshold runs, and long runs, and obviously rest days as well. Just based, and it's just based upon the time goal that I set for myself going into this marathon, which is pretty cool and it's pretty intuitive. I didn't think that it would be as good as it has been, but it's been pretty great overall. So yeah, I mean, like, I would fully, if you have been looking at getting a Garmin watch, definitely look at getting the Forerunner 965. It is a little bit hefty on the price, but if you're wanting to take running seriously, I highly suggest investing in a good watch, because this will be the thing that kind of takes you to the next level. Plus, it's a multi-sport watch, so it's actually made more for like Ironmans and like triathlons. So in the near future, if I want to do, triathlons and Ironmans, like, this is going to be the thing that, same thing. I'm going to be using this going forward. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of late night right now. Like I said, I've kind of been like a little bit like stressed, a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued, but it's nothing a good night's sleep can't fix, because tomorrow we have sort of a long run, not really. It's about a 57 minute workout. So we're gonna be doing that probably on the treadmill because I want to film it for you guys. But yeah, we're gonna do that early in the morning, and yeah, I mean, I got nothing much more to say right now because I'm kind of still getting back into like the swing of, filming YouTube and just editing YouTube, and just getting back into the swing of it. With the new year and all that. But you guys are definitely gonna be seeing a lot of me this year, because this thing, I want to just push it, and I want to just see what I'm capable of in terms of getting better with my cinematography, my filming, the way that I edit, the way that I kind of structure my stories and my videos overall. But yeah, you guys are gonna be seeing a lot more of me. Obviously, I'm gonna try to post weekly. There might be weeks that I might not, but I'm gonna try to hold myself accountable to at least one video a week, because that's what I want to do. I want to just put out this content for you guys and just put out like good information, and at least like try to give you some sort of value going forward in whatever it is that you guys want to know about. So please, if you guys enjoy this, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future too. But yeah, I mean, I gotta go to sleep because I'm tired. I just had a tempo workout earlier today. So definitely, definitely, I'm not gonna be staying up for the rest of the night because I need to recover for this run tomorrow. And yeah, overall, I just need sleep. That's like the one thing I know that I need. I need sleep. And again, this Garmin has been my saving grace because I wear it every night to track my sleep. And I'm trying to get in the habit of creating better sleep patterns for myself. Going to bed a little bit earlier, putting my phone down, and just overall taking care of myself and making sure that there's some longevity in what I'm doing because this is not easy. So, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And yeah, I guess I'll just see you guys tomorrow morning. But a couple weeks into like the new year now, like 2 weeks in, and honestly kind of needed a little bit of like a reset going into the new year, which is why I think I missed like 2 weeks of posting here on YouTube. Um, Honestly, I feel like it wasn't that great because now I almost feel like a little bit out of routine. And right now, routine is such a big thing with the marathon prep, obviously training schedule, obviously work schedule, obviously content schedule. Um, so that for me kind of like took me out of like whack. It took me out of balance, but we're here. Film this little run in. I'm into phase two of the marathon program. And I guess now is like, what did they call it? They called it something on the app. So on the app, it's called the build phase, which pretty much means that, obviously we're going to be ramping up the intensity and trying to just increase aerobic capacity, which means, you know, build the engine up even more going into these next 16 weeks because we're 16 weeks out at this point. obviously you guys know I've been training regardless of it being 16 weeks. So we're actually like probably like I think we're 8 or 9 weeks in right now, and feeling good. Aside from this little area like right here, like on my groin, it's kind of been giving me a little bit of trouble. Um, I'm going to physio. I'm trying to like get it figured out because it is kind of bugging me a little bit more than I would like, and it's bugging me on like pretty much all my runs. I'm still able to get my runs done, but with a little bit of pain too. So yeah, that just kind of leads me into saying that obviously this is a part of the process, unfortunately. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. Obviously, if it gets to the point where I need to stop, I will stop. But as of right now, I'm just trying to do my best to kind of, you know, still do my training, still do my workouts, but also strengthen that area of my body by, you know, isolating the glutes, because the glute and the inside of the hip are so interconnected that you really do need to kind of build up that strength in the glute and isolate and try to activate as you go along in your training, because weak glutes are going to be the thing that kind of hinder your performance when you run. And obviously it's hindering my performance because I wasn't taking it as serious as I should have been. So now I'm doing exercises to kind of just strengthen up both sides of the glutes. Isometrics. Um, I've been doing some clamshells. I've been doing some. I can't even like describe. I can't even like think of the like the names right now. Fuck. What is that word? When you like move the leg in like this. So I've been doing that banded. So I'll like attach it to like something that is sturdy, and I will, you know, move this in, move this in, um, because that's also strengthening up the groin area and just doing those things. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay stretching, stay mobile, doing sauna every single night, which is helping me a lot actually, because it really does bring a lot of like my inflammation down. It starts to help my blood circulate a little bit. Um, it's really good for just like relaxation too, because sleep is one of those things that's also very important in this process and in this um, training program, because that's the time when I'm going to recover and when you're going to recover the most if you are training for anything. So with the sauna, I'm hitting about 15 minutes in there until I feel like I'm pretty much panicking, and then I get out. I do a little bit of stretching after the sauna while I'm still warm, while the muscles are still kind of malleable and just able to stretch a little bit easier. And then obviously go upstairs, shower, eat, and just relax up until I have to go to bed. And I've actually been noticing my sleeps being a little bit better, because I think because of obviously my training, but also because of the sauna. Because with the sauna, your core body temperature is being raised, but when you get out, it cools itself down. So when you're going to bed at night, that's actually really good, because you want your core body temperature to actually go down, and that's going to help you relax and get a bit deeper and better sleep going forward. But yeah, that's pretty much been um, I guess like my week with the first week of training. And obviously from that intro, it, it we still got a long way to go. After this week, we're gonna be 15 weeks in, and I don't know, man. Like I feel like I've been here before, and I know what it's like to be, a couple weeks into marathon training. And marathon training, believe me, it's not easy at all. Like it doesn't get easier every single time. I think because you're constantly like kind of trying to like push the boundary, it gets harder. So I know that week one is week one, and at this point, we're just getting ready to just keep pushing and keep pushing the boundaries going forward. So yeah, I mean, I guess the main thing that I want to say is just to embrace right now and know that try not to look towards the end destination and just, you know, go through every day with every day in mind, right? Try to just be present, try to be just try to be present and try to just enjoy the day even if you don't feel like going through the day, because these are the times that count the most. It's like the days that like you don't want to fucking run, like your body hurts, like you still got to go out and train. So that's really all I wanted to say. And yeah, right now I'm just gonna get a quick meal in, and then I'm probably gonna go to the gym, just get a quick training session in. I think we have legs because right now we're doing 3 weight sessions, 3 strength sessions a week. We're doing 2 lower and 1 upper. So still trying to keep those legs strong, just not in the gym as much because running is taking up a lot of time and a lot of energy. So it's a little bit hard to be in the gym and to want to be in the gym. But nonetheless, 2 leg days a week and 1 upper session a week. Let me know if you guys want me to like drop kind of like the routine that I've been going through with like strength training for running, and I'll try to put that together for you guys and put that in the next video. But as for now, I'm gonna go hit this session and come back home and just chill out because I'm so tired. I need to get in the sauna and I just want to sleep, man. I feel like that's my biggest thing right now is just I'm so sleepy all the time. And I don't know if it's because maybe I'm not eating enough, or I don't know, maybe I'm not hydrated enough. I'm trying to stay like on top of everything, but I just still feel so tired. And it might just be because of, you know, the amount of running that I'm doing, but nonetheless, we got shit to do, so we're gonna go do that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video so far. I'll see you guys at the gym. And yeah, that's all from me right now. So I've been adding sauna into the mix a little bit more as of late, just because of that, like, I guess like injury that I have going on right now. It's kind of been helping me in the way of like being able to kind of like soothe my muscles once I'm actually, you know, done a workout, done a run, and just and just kind of make and just to like kind of give myself a bit more of a head start against any type of inflammation, any type of, I guess, injury that's still kind of like looming and I feel it. So basically, I've been doing sauna pretty much every time after I run, and I've been seeing some pretty good results from it, just in the way of promoting my sleep. Obviously I do it a little later on in the day. So basically what that means is the sauna is going to raise your temperature. And much like when you get in a cold plunge, the cold plunge drops your temperature, and once you start to acclimate, it brings your temperature back up. Your body starts to bring your core temperature back up. So in the reverse, the sauna is bringing your temperature up, and as you acclimate, your body starts to regulate it back down to a cooler temperature, which is kind of good, which is good for promoting sleep and just overall better sleep. Because you can sleep a lot, but you cannot have restful sleep. And just from, I guess, like the insights that I have with my Garmin, I've been seeing a better sleep score on there. I've been getting a lot more deep sleep and a lot more REM sleep, which are crucial for recovery and just overall well-being. So that's one of the reasons why I've been integrating the sauna into my routine a little bit more. The other reason that I've been integrating sauna is because it's supposed to promote circulation in your body. So what that means is it's going to be a lot better for muscle recovery, in the sense that the heat from the sauna is going to cause your muscles to relax and dilate, which in turn is going to increase a lot of the blood flow throughout your body, and it's going to, increase recovery. So again, I've been seeing some pretty decent results so far in the amount of time that I've been using it. And most of the times when I finish my run, I already feel pretty crushed by the run and just overall like pretty tired. But once I actually get in the sauna, I get in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. I get out and I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more loose. I feel a little bit less tense. My muscles don't feel as tight. And I actually take the time after the sauna, obviously not right now because I just got out of the sauna, but I normally take the time to stretch out, roll out, because I feel like my muscles are a little bit more malleable. So I can take that time to kind of, work them out a little bit more and just loosen them all up. I also do it for not just physical, but like kind of like mental clarity as well. I have realized that everything that I do is pretty taxing and is pretty stressful overall. Like running 5 to 6 times a week, trying to keep up with content every day, working out, working on the business. Those things, they kind of take a toll on you mentally. So it's nice to just take 15 to 20 minutes away from kind of everything. I'll normally put on a podcast or I'll have some music playing as well, but it's just something to kind of like ease my stress and just clear my mind just for that 15 to 20 minutes that I'm in there. It's the same with when I'm on a run. Like that's my time to really just kind of disconnect and get away from the things that really just, stress me out or whatever else, like whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think it's good to kind of implement that thing in there. But again, I know not everybody has access to an in-home sauna like me. I've been fortunate enough to build something for myself where I can have the opportunity to get a sauna sent out to me. But if you don't have one, check your local gym, see if you can find one, and if you do find one, infrared is really good. There's a lot of places now that offer sauna to cold plunge services. So if you want to go check one of those out, you definitely should do that. I would highly recommend it because obviously I'm a pretty active person, and for me to kind of see the benefits already within like 2 weeks of using it daily, um, I think it kind of just goes to show that it is a pretty good thing to add into your routine if you are active, and even if you're not active, because when I'm in the sauna, like, dude, when I hit like 12 minutes, my heart rate is like kind of at like my heart rate is at like 110, 120, and it starts to like get into that zone 2 area. So even if you're not active, it's good to just keep your heart active as well and just get your heart ready for anything pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much why I use the sauna and why I've been using it. So again, I go about 15 to 20 minutes. You can start with a little bit less. It doesn't have to be as hot. I think mine goes up to like 110, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's ones that obviously go a lot hotter, but pick what you feel comfortable with and just work your way up with that, because it's a pretty good thing to add into your routine. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower because I was sweating and pretty much soaked. So I'm gonna get in there and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay. All right, so the day is done, and I normally like to finish it off with a protein shake. See, I normally do 2 cocktails of like electrolytes throughout the day. So I'll do one prior to a run, and then I'll do one after the run. But then I'll finish off my day after dinner with a quick protein shake and some creatine, which which I also like to use to wash down my like stack of supplements. I know it's not organized at all because I literally have to take out every single thing every single time. I know one of my boys, Ben, he has like one of those old man like vitamin like little like things, like little vitamin calendars. I don't have that, but I should get that and just get that going, but I don't. So basically what my stack is right now is I'll go in with some joint support, a shroom stack, some zinc magnesium, a daily multi, and some krill oil. Basically, I'll do this whole stack and then I'll do two scoops of whey protein. So that's gonna give me, what's 28 times 2? 56. So 56 grams of protein. And then I'll go with a scoop of creatine, which is gonna be 5 mils of creatine. I feel like I still don't eat enough. I'm eating a lot, but I still feel like with all the running that I do and all the training that I do, I feel like it's not enough. So at least this gives me like a little bit more calories and it gives me a little bit more protein, just to kind of use throughout my daily process. And then of course, the supplements just help because they just help. I'm not super well versed on what certain supplements do. I know that zinc and magnesium are good for promoting sleep, and yeah, I just know that it's good for promoting sleep. So we'll take this right now. Oh my god. It doesn't get any easier trying to stick that whole stack down your throat. But basically, what I wanted to get into right now, aside from just the kind of things that keep me, I guess, like primed for my day to day, is the routine that I've kind of been structuring and the fact that it has changed quite a bit. So, what I was doing before in the series that I was doing leading up to, I guess, like 16 weeks out from this marathon, was I was training, running pretty heavily, still 5 to 6 times a week, mostly 6 times a week at that time. And I was trying to train almost 6 times a week as well. But as I kind of got further down that path, I started to feel my body fatiguing a lot easier, and also just not having a lot of time to actually get good workouts in and get good runs in and still have the time to actually do other things as well. Which isn't a bad thing, because I think when you want something bad enough, you're going to make the time to do it, and you're going to have to sacrifice some time in order to get a good result and to get the best result out of it. But for me, I'm trying to prioritize a better work-life balance, in the sense that I want to be able to train, I want to be able to run, I want to be able to work on, content, whatever it may be, and still be present with everybody around me at the same time. And I know that when I get deep into these training blocks, I start to really kind of like lose a bit of myself, and I lose a bit of and I lose the ability to stay present with everybody around me, because I'm tired, and I start to get a lot more irritable when I'm tired. So I do kind of start to like go off on people, and I already kind of have that, like, I don't know, I guess like that personality where things start to bug me a little bit more when I'm tired. So it doesn't help if I'm extra tired. And again, I just want to be able to like do things outside of just training. I want to be able to like go out for a walk, or go out to eat, go see friends, hang out with my family, hang out with my girlfriend. Just the things that will keep me going throughout this prep, because prep gets dark at some points. It really does. It gets to a point where, a lot of like, you're just in this dark headspace where you're just constantly putting yourself through this pain, putting yourself through this time where you don't need to actually do it, but you're doing it because you want to. So for me, it's more important to be present and just be happy in these moments, rather than like beating myself up just for the love of the game. I don't think that's what I want to do, and that's not how I want to do this prep, and I don't think it's going to be successful if I do that. So basically what I've been doing is I'm still running 5 to 6 times a week, because that's what my program is calling for. So I'm doing, Monday is normally going to be it's either one of the two. It's either going to be an easy base run, which means what it says, it's going to be an easy pace, a little bit shorter, or it's going to be a bit quicker of a run. Now, from what I've seen with what my Garmin is programming, it's either going to be a tempo, or it's either going to be a sprint workout, or it's going to be a VO2 max workout, which kind of is the same thing, but not really. So the sprint workout works out to be more like a stride workout, where you're working, you warm up, and then you're working for a certain set of rounds, intervals. So it'll be a bit shorter of a burst of work. So this past Monday for me, it was a 15-second at, I think it was 420 minute per mile, with a rest recovery run at 3 minutes at like 10 minutes or something like that, and then do that for 7 rounds, and then that's the workout. Or it'll be a tempo run. Again, it's just dependent on what it gives me. And I'm writing all of these down because I want to, by the end of it, have a kind of foundation for a plan that I want to put out for you guys as well, just in case you guys do want to train for a marathon. And I've even started logging all this stuff from when I actually started back at the beginning of the other series. So basically, I'm going to have it all laid out for you guys, but I'm going to tell you as I go along as well. So again, Mondays, easy base or sprint VO2 max. Tuesdays are long runs. So tomorrow I believe it's an hour and 37 minutes at base pace. So my long runs, hold on. Okay, so yeah, my Tuesdays are long runs, but then my Saturdays are also long runs. So I'm going to combine them because I don't want to talk about them both times, but for the most part, the long runs are always going to be at a base easy pace because those long runs are kind of more crucial for just building up your engine and building up your ability to take on those runs and to get your body used to the mileage. Like, we're really not trying to beat ourselves up on those runs. We're really just trying to dial in just our pacing at a certain pace and just being able to withstand a certain amount of longer miles and being able to function, halfway through and beyond that. So with those runs, I'm normally packing a couple gels and I'm packing a hand water bottle that has carbohydrates in it and it has electrolytes in it. So that leads into Wednesday. Wednesday, again, is also a toss-up. It's either going to be a rest day with a deload week, or it is going to be a base recovery run. Because with Tuesday, obviously we're doing a long run. We don't want to do anything crazier than that. And we don't want to beat our body down because Thursday is another speed workout, tempo workout. So again, Wednesdays are a toss-up. Most of the time it's pretty basic, rest or easy run. But because Wednesdays are those kind of easier days, I normally like to add in a leg workout, a lower body workout. Because again, with all these runs, I'm only doing either 3 to 4 times a week in the gym. And it's only 2 lower sessions and 2 upper sessions. Nothing crazy. Thursdays, again, it's going to be a tempo run. So a tempo or a speed workout, depending on what the program is calling for. Tempo workouts are a little bit hard to explain because from what I've seen and what I've done before, you kind of have like 2 different workouts. One of them is either going to be kind of like an interval type thing where you're running for maybe, I don't know, for example, you warm up for 10 minutes at your base pace, and then you do, I don't know, 5 intervals of 8 minutes at a quicker pace, like a 7:30. So kind of sitting at like what you would say is like your marathon pace or close to that. So it's pretty quick, but it's not as quick as like a speed workout or a sprint workout. Now, these runs are going to be good for, again, priming your body and getting your body ready to withstand running longer distances at quicker paces. Because speed workouts and sprint workouts are like, it's like in the word, right? They're quick. But with a tempo workout, you're working a lot for a longer duration at a quicker pace. So that's going to get your body kind of used to it. It's going to get your form primed and it's going to dial in your running form overall, because when you're running at a higher pace, your form changes as opposed to when you're running an easy pace. I noticed that for me, I tend to stand up a little bit more straight. My body, my core is a lot tighter, and I feel my glutes tightening up as well, because that pace or that run is going to, like, I can't even explain it, but like, you'll know if you run and you'll know when you're like running like a quicker pace, you'll feel your glutes and your hammies working a lot more than when you're actually doing an easy pace, if you're doing it right. Obviously, on those days, you kind of want to wear a better shoe, a quicker shoe. I normally like to wear a plated shoe for my sprint days or my tempo days, just to kind of give myself a little bit of an edge. But yeah, take those days as days to kind of dial in on your running form. Pay attention to what feels good and what doesn't feel good. Pay attention to your foot striking. If you're forefoot striking, make sure you're forefoot striking, because that's also going to make your body more efficient when you're running, and you want to learn how to be efficient when you're running. That's the biggest takeaway from any type of marathon prep, any type of running prep, is to be efficient. But yeah, that's Thursdays, tempo workouts. Fridays, easy runs, self-explanatory. And then again, Saturdays, long runs. So Fridays, I have off from work. So I normally, again, like to get into the gym and do an upper body day, because I still I know that I'm not going to change my physique at all. Like, that's literally not my goal at this point. Like, I'm not trying to get big. I'm not trying to get cut. I'm not trying to get lean. I'm just trying to, be healthy enough to actually do this marathon without looking like a fucking stick. So for me, I'm still trying to get in. I'm still trying to hit some chest. I'm still trying to hit some back, some shoulders. So for me, that's the best way to do it, is just to get in, do an upper day, get a nice pump in, feel good, because again, all this stuff, you're using your upper body, your core, everything, right? So your shoulders, everything is tight when you're running. So you want to be able to move efficiently and move strongly. That's really the goal of it, is to feel strong when you're doing it. So Fridays, I like to get in for a workout. Saturdays, once I'm done my long run, I normally get into the gym and I do a leg session, another leg session. So with these 2 leg sessions, what I've been liking is splitting them up into glute and hammy, and then quad and calf. But again, depending on how I'm feeling, I might do, glute hammy quad or glute hammy calf. And again, I'll do quad, calf, glute, because glutes are very crucial, as I'm starting to realize. If your glutes aren't strong, your hips are going to be just done. I'm starting to realize that my glutes weren't strong enough, which is why I'm kind of dealing and kind of prehabbing and rehabbing this this groin right now, because what my physio was telling me is that because there's a bit of an imbalance between my glutes and I can't think of what the name of this muscle is, but I think it's the hip flexor or the anterior something. But basically the thing that moves your leg in and out, right? So because my glutes aren't strong enough, on those longer runs, when my glutes start to fatigue, my hip will start to internally rotate as I'm running. So it's starting to go like this, right? So as I'm stepping, it's internally rotating, which is causing kind of severe impingement on those muscles and on those tendons and ligaments that are in there by the hip, which is basically pushing the pain down into the knee, and it's a whole mess, right? So what I've been doing is just trying to focus on the glutes a little bit more and focus on that can't think of the word, which is why I'm taking nootropics, because I can't think of it. But yeah, so I'm trying to strengthen those glutes up, because again, super crucial for what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. So I'm doing a lot of, things that kind of isolate the glutes and activate the glutes post runs. And they've actually, again, like the sauna, I've been seeing some pretty good results so far in the past couple weeks from that. And I'm still able to run, which is nice, but running with a little bit of pain isn't so nice. So I would like to get rid of that completely, which is why I'm just trying to be super diligent with my strengthening and with my accessory work. But yeah, Saturdays I'll normally go in for a leg workout, and then Sundays rest day. But I do normally like to try and get in and get another upper body workout if I can, if I want to. If not, I'll go for a walk. Um, but that's pretty much my full week of training. It sounds like a lot, but I think now that I'm like a little bit further into it, it doesn't feel like a lot anymore, which is kind of nice because at the beginning it did kind of feel like a lot, but again, I've been here before, so this isn't anything new to me, but it is still daunting when you put a different pace to all the training. So, yeah, I mean, nobody said it was going to be easy, and I knew that from the get-go. I knew it from when I told myself that I wanted to run a sub 320. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, and it's just something that I think it's good when you set yourself a goal that is kind of intimidating, because I think a lot of us don't really get that type of intimidation in our day-to-day lives, and I think it's very crucial, and it's a good thing to do that for yourself because it gives you the ability to kind of endure and push past these barriers that you set for yourself, which you can take into pretty much anything you do on a day-to-day basis. Like, if anything kind of happens to me throughout the day that kind of sucks, like, I think about it and I'm like, well, it's not gonna suck as much. It's not gonna suck as much as this hour and 40-minute workout that I have to do on a Tuesday afternoon in the dark, in the rain. So I don't know. It's kind of a confidence booster if you think about it like that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not gonna be easy, but I'm up for the challenge, and I think that that's the best thing that any of us can do, is just be up for a challenge and just set challenges for ourselves, because we need that. We need to build up ourselves and build up our mental capacity and our physical capacity, because I think that's what matters, and I think that's what helps you live a full life too, because doing these things, it sucks because obviously you have to sacrifice a lot of time. And I was talking to my girl about this. She said that running a marathon is training for a marathon is a very selfish thing. And it's true, because you do miss a lot of time and you do miss out on a lot of things, because you gotta train, you gotta eat properly, you gotta sacrifice a certain amount of comfort when you're doing something like this, because it's not easy. Like, you can't just half-ass a 16-week program and show up to the finish line, or you can't just show up on race day without like minimal training and expect to do good. Like, it just doesn't work like that. So again, I think it's something that everybody should try. Do a half marathon, do a 10K, do a 5K, like, whatever your training level is, whatever you're able to take. I think that you should get out there and challenge yourself this year. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to, put out there to everybody, is just challenge yourself. Do something that, makes you scared, and it makes you question whether or not you can do it, and then go and do it, because that's going to be the thing that kind of pushes you to this standard and this ability to, again, look in the face of anything that's hard or that sucks, and you'll say, you know what, that's not that bad. And I think that's really the main takeaway from all of this. But yeah, I think after this marathon, like, I'm still like 2 weeks into the 16 weeks, but I'm already thinking about like what's next. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted, because I have a couple things in mind for after May 4th. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a cool year. It's going to be an exciting year in terms of pushing the limits and just pushing myself and just going out and doing a couple of different races, I guess you could say. But yeah, as for now, that's kind of all I had to say. I mean, I feel like taking like a couple weeks off of like YouTube kind of like messed with me a little bit, because I forgot like the structure and just like the filming routine and just all this shit. But you know, I still wanted to put something together for you guys just to kind of, you know, take into, you know, your daily training, and if you are training for anything right now, just to kind of see that and, you know, base your routine or program around mine. It might not be for you, but again, I just wanted to put this out there for you guys. But yeah, again, I'll probably be back with the weekly vlogs pretty much all 2025, hopefully. So stay tuned for next week's video. If you guys stayed through the whole video, I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you, and like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot when you guys do that, you know. It keeps me motivated to just keep putting these videos out, even if, like, you know, we're not getting a lot of views. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. I do it for the love of the game, and I do it for the love of you guys, and just being able to talk to you guys and just, you know, give you whatever information I have that might help you. But yeah, I think that'll pretty much be it for the video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.